Hey guys, James here from Gibbs Gambling, and apologize for the extremely close up of myself and how this is all going. But it's the middle of the day, trying to give the best lighting that I can, and I need to get these picks out for today. So, anyways, first things first, I do have a baseball one. I normally don't bet on baseball, but why not tonight? So the deal is here: if you miss one leg of these, you get the full amount back. I've got, and this is for the World Series, obviously. Schwarber to hit a home run, Aaron Nola over 5.5 strikeouts, Schwarber to record 2.5 or 2 RBIs, Phillies to cover the run line at 1.5 and over 6.5 total runs. $25 pays out 783.31. So that's the first one for tonight. Um, Hopefully that one will hit. I normally don't bet on baseball, like I said, because the only person I think that's ever been good at betting on baseball is Pete Rose. So, on to the NCAA. First off, here we've got our round robin, 5 teams, 3x10s. Syracuse to cover at Notre Dame, 3 points. West Virginia to cover 7.5 as dogs at TCU or at home against TCU. Oklahoma State to cover 1.5 at Kansas State. I don't know how that line got to where it is. USC to cover 15.5 at Arizona, and North Carolina to cover 3.5 at home against Pittsburgh. $100 there pays out 719.73. So once again, Syracuse, West Virginia, Oklahoma State, USC, and North Carolina. Next, I've got a 9-leg spread bet parlay here. So Syracuse to cover the 3, Iowa State to cover 1.5 at Oklahoma, or at home against Oklahoma, Minnesota to cover 13.5 against Rutgers at home, Oklahoma State again, 1.5 at Kansas State, Wake Forest to cover 3.5 at Louisville, Cincinnati basically to win against UCF. Cincinnati was a 0.5 point dog here, but at this point, yeah, 0.5 point against UCF. Georgia on the money line against Florida, USC 15.5 against Arizona, and North Carolina 3.5 again against Pittsburgh. $10 there pays out 1879.47. I'll put photos of these at the end of the video because that one's a little bit confusing. Next one, yeah, we're not going to give out that 25-leg parlay. I'll put that at the end of the video, but it's 25 legs. It was what I got back from the SGP bet from last night. So, 6-legger here, all money lines. This is a pyramid bet. So high odds of the teams winning. USC to beat Arizona, Arizona State to beat Colorado, Michigan to beat Michigan State, San Jose State to beat Nevada, UCLA to beat Stanford, and Wyoming to beat Hawaii. Hawaii. All 6 of those teams, I bet $20 on that. Total payouts 40-21. So that's just a quick little double up pyramid. No, we did not hit a pyramid last week in college, but hey, we had such a good NFL week. Might as well keep going. Next, my personal combo here: USC to cover 15.5 at Arizona, Miami Dolphins to cover 3.5 at Detroit. $10 there. Since I picked both spreads, the number there is 110. So for $10, total payouts $36.45. So let's get it Fins and let's get it Trojans. All right, next NFL bets. So first off, where's the round robin? There it is. Okay, round robin NFL. This one's got to be put in early because of the London game. Jaguars 2.5 against Denver in London. They are the home team. The Jags are, but 2.5 in London. Dolphins 3.5 against Detroit. Atlanta 4.5 against the Panthers, and they are in Atlanta. Atlanta has not missed a spread except for last week against the Bengals. The Jets 1.5 against New England. The Jets are at home. They've been hot. It's going to be an ugly game, but I think the Jets are still going to pull this out. And they're 1.5-point dogs. And then last, the Giants to cover 3 as dogs against Seattle. They're in Seattle, late start. Giants have been hot this season too. So, like I said, 3 points against the Seahawks. I mean, it's just been the Giants this year too. All right, next, I've got an 8-leg spread line here. Oh wait, sorry, I didn't give out the number there on the round robin. So $100 there on the round robin pays out $695.75. So $10 a line, $695.75 payout there. All right, next, 8-legger. Jags to cover 3.5 against Denver, just to cover 2.5 against New England, Miami to cover 3.5 against Detroit, Philadelphia to cover the 10 against the Steelers. About said Eagles. Eagles to cover 10.5 against the Steelers. Falcons, here when I put this one in, they were actually 6.5-point favorites, but I still think they're going to blow the Panthers out. So Falcons 6.5 against the Panthers. Giants 2.5 against the Seahawks. Commanders 3 as dogs against the Colts. And my one this week that is either going to make every bet or break every bet, Green Bay to cover 10.5 against the Bills. Green Bay has not played up to expectations this year, and I think that they are going to show everyone this week. They're playing in Buffalo. Rodgers is pissed off, and they're really fighting for their season at this point. So I think they're going to come out and play a lot better than people think. So that's why I have them here covering, and then you're going to see them in a later bet. It's going to be a little bit wild. But for this one, $10 pays out $1904.98. So $1,904.98. Next, this one is basically all the early games, money line only. So Jacksonville, Dallas, Philadelphia, Miami, Atlanta, Minnesota, New York Jets, and Raiders. $10 there pays out $303.85. Once again, Jacksonville, Dallas, Philadelphia, Miami, Atlanta, Minnesota, Jets, and Raiders. $10, $303.85. And then we have a few more for this week. So these are all strictly money lines. So last week we had the pyramid with the Cowboys and the Titans both winning. $10 gave us like 22. This week we're going to put 20 down. Cowboys, Falcons, Eagles. $20 there pays out $42.48. So Cowboys, Falcons, Eagles, $42.48 on the NFL pyramid. And then last, this is one I made Sunday night when the lines opened up. And I know this is going to sound crazy, but it's one of those that these teams have played hot. And in one of them, like I said, I think it's got a chance. So this is a 4-team money line. Really simple. The Jets, the Giants, the Commanders, and the Packers. $20 pays out $1,192.21. So Jets, Giants, Commanders, Packers. Those 4 teams, $20, $1,192.21. This one right here, last week we got wild with money lines and hit, 3 huge bets. One on the round robin and then 2 huge money lines that paid out a ton. This is one that I think is going to be in the same boat. As long as the Giants show up against Seattle, I think the Jets are going to be close against the Patriots. It's a coin flip to see who wins that game. We just saw on Monday night how bad the Patriots can play. The Commanders just beat the Packers last week, and they're playing against the Colts with the new quarterback. And then last, the Packers are playing that late game against the Bills. I think Rodgers is going to show up. His receivers are going to show up. And the Packers defense is actually better than what they seem. That Packers defense is what's keeping them in games. So when the offense gets it together, that's when the Packers are going to get dangerous. So like I said, these 4 teams, that's my justification for it. $20 pays out over $1,000. So anyways, it's time to release the spreadsheet, show the bets for this week. Best of luck to everybody. Hopefully you have a great Halloween and we hit some spooky bets. And that's it for this week. I'm James from Gibbs Gambling, and I'll bet you on it.